Hello, I'm Henry John Griffin. Welcome to my show. And today I'm going to be talking about dangers of overload and how overload is really, really bad. Because you know what overload does? Overload can start a virus on your computer. Well, what does overload do to a computer? Well, this is what overload does to a computer. Overload can cause problems. It can cause you to download too many things and make your system slow down. However, downloading too many things can make your system run very, very slow. It could cause glitches. It can even start virus installations. It can start installing viruses. And then, however, it can freeze your computer. That's how bad overload is. Overload is not good, and computers shouldn't have overload. Overload is bad. Overload is dangerous. It can cause your machine to mess up and start downloading viruses or even glitching. Overload may have you looking at the computer screen and then finding out that the screen glitched because you had too many things on the computer. And that's what happens when you put too many programs on the computer. Well, when your computer is overloaded, the screen will glitch. It will run into a glitch and it will probably still start up normally, like a normal computer does. But the computer still has a virus. Now, I went to school because I wanted to go to school to learn new information, and I wanted to go to school every day. Now, when I went to school, my brain got into an overload too. My brain overloaded. And I was learning too much information. My brain overloaded just like a computer overloaded. And however, when it overloaded, I was tripping. Like, I didn't necessarily trip in the physical world, but I was not so happy. I had a good day in school, but my brain was, the teachers were putting too much information in my brain, causing a big overload to occur. Which they do this a lot of times, and Stephanie always puts a lot of information in my brain, which can overload the system. That's why I told them not to do that, because it's bad. It will overload my mental computer, and it will make my mental computer overload and sick, meaning it will get a virus or it will crash. Putting too many programs on the computer can cause the computer system to crash. And downloading too many apps can cause a bunch of crashes and freezes. It will overload the system, then you won't be able to use it. I have a big intention of overload. It's a bad thing, and we want to stay away from it if we want to continue to go back to school on Thursday. If I want to continue to go back to school on Thursday, my mentality has to not overload that much. Because if it takes so many bits of information, if it takes in so many bits of information, if it stores up to so many bits of information, if it stores so many bits of information, it will crash and overload the computer system. It will crash the computer system and run into overload. Now, how we could be dealing with the overload is that simple. If you have a virus in your computer, what do? That's right, you install an antivirus program. And it will make the computer run correctly. Now we're saying, what do we have to do with the mental computer? I don't know nothing about the mental computer, but all I know is the mechanical computer. You have to install the antivirus program to make it safe. And yes, you can do that with a mental computer too. It's called meditation. It's called getting in the green zone. If you have a virus in your mental computer, in your brain, you might have a problem. But if I go to school, I don't want nobody overloading my brain with so many schedules that I have to follow, because those schedules are really, really, really bad. And they're bad because they're really too long. And if I have a whole long gym session, and that gym session was long, we did not listen to music in the gym. Probably the gym wasn't going to get better when I was in PE. And I did overload when I was in school. It messed up my brain. So guys, that's the end of my show. I gotta go.